a fantastic goal! Taken down, referee playing a good advantage for Spurs. It's to be fouled! Oh, Sir! That's going to have a crack. He is, you know. Oh, I say! Messi. Oh, brilliant skill from Lionel Messi. Surging forward with real menace here. Brilliant from Messi. Oh, what a goal that is!
Good morning, Savva here from Football Heritage TV. 9 days to go. 9 days to go, people. I'll be honest, I am now starting to panic. I'm now starting to panic that all of the things I've said where I'm told that I'm negative, that I need to wait till the end of the season, that I need to wait till the end of pre-seasons, that I need to wait till the end of transfer windows, that I need to trust the owners, and the owners are the best thing that have happened for 23 years. I then look at this now, at this complete and utter farcical that is our transfer window, with 9 days to go, and realise that the only bit of deadwood that has left this club with 9 days to go is Harry Winks. Harry Kane obviously was sold, not deadwood. Harry Winks, deadwood. Sessegnon, Sanchez, Dyer, Tanganga, Roden, on loan, still a Spurs player, deadwood. Jed Spence, it's deadwood. Hugo Lloris, it's deadwood. Deadwood. And it's all still at Tottenham Hotspur with 9 days to go. People will sit there. They'll stick up for Daniel Levy and the ownership. This is how they've run the club. Sorry to start on a rant, but this is how they've run the club. They've run the club again to the point where we're about to say, oh, it's okay. We can't bring in any more players because we haven't got rid of any. Cool. We'll get rid of some then. Pay them off. How much is it going to pay? How much is it going to take to pay off Eric Dyer? How much is it going to take? £3.5 million to pay him off for the year? Pay him off. Ryan Sessegnon. The guy's been with us 5 years. I don't know if any of you saw. Big up to everyone as well. We'll get to the comments. Sorry, I've woken up really kind of like, come on Spurs, really angry at this. We went through it yesterday, myself and Henry, and we looked at all of the Spurs players that could possibly go. And not just that, but the tenures at this football club. And we looked at this. Feel free to play this game with me. Davis and Dyer are about to enter their 10th season as Spurs players. 10. Sonny is entering his ninth season as a Spurs player. Right? Davinson Sanchez, his 7th season as a Spurs player. 7. Ndombele, Lo Celso, Sessegnon, their 5th season as Spurs players. 5th. 5 seasons, Lo Celso, Ndombele and Sessegnon. Between the three of them have done nothing in a Spurs shirt ever that I can think of. Hugo Lloris, what's this, his 12th? His 13th? This club is run so poorly. And then you get the fans. Our average league position compared to before they came. Blah, blah, blah. They've been in nearly quarter of a century. How far back do people want to keep going? They've been here for 23 years. Of every football club, Tottenham Hotspur should have the best academy. We should have the best scouting network. We should have the best functional transfer windows. These owners have been here for 23 years to implement it. And they haven't for 23 years. Listen, before I wind myself up, let's have a look. Vinny Rowley, big up to you, sir. I hope you're well. Phil Moss, channel member, is in the chat. Big up to you, Phil. I hope that everything is well at your end. Big up to all the members, all the member crew in the house. Big up to each and every single one of you. There's 264 in here at the moment, and we will grow as the show gets older in age. I mean, today, not in general. And thank you to anyone who did subscribe overnight. It was much appreciated. I love you all. Big up to Char321. I said, I had a funny feeling we spent the K money before he left. I am really hoping this isn't true. I like this, hoping this isn't true. If it is true, it's absolutely shocking to treat the fans like that. As I said yesterday, I understand that Kane wanted to go. I understand we had to sell him, but you can't do that and then not spend any more money. That's just not good enough. Let's be fair. This window, we've signed three players that are guaranteed first 11. Vicario, who was a cheap goalkeeper, Van der Ven, and James Maddison, who had 1 year left on his contract. Surely there can be 2 more players that come in. Sue is so done with his owners. Big up to Tigara, single parent theory. He's also a channel member. Good morning to you. Good morning to Adam Harvey. Hope you're well, my friend. Good morning to Mark Cook. Pedro's in the house. Robert Campbell is in the house and said, morning. If we have already used the Kane money, then we plan to sell him last summer because the money has been used to convert loans to permanent signings. I don't believe that is the case. This is the worry, right? I've said this all along. This is my worry. If this is the case, then I'm fuming. Not that Kane went. We knew Kane was going to go. I think anybody, I think most of us knew. Anybody with half a brain cell knew Kane wanted to go. We knew he had to be sold. But if we've then spent that Kane money on Porro and Kulusevski, just unbelievable. Strasbourg Steve's in the house, just putting in a super chat. Big up to you, man. Good morning, Steve. Get some sleep, dude. You live in America. It must be so early there. Get some sleep. But big up to you. Dave H has said, good morning, Savva. Are there any transfer updates? Nothing. No updates on the ins, no updates on the outs. But what we do know is there are 9 days to go. 9. This will soon be 8 and then 7. And then you'll still have the Daniel Levy and the Enoch excusers saying, oh, it's okay. It wasn't built in a day. No one is asking for anything to be built in a day. It's been 23 years. Andy Grant is here. Good morning to you, Savva. A little gift. A few gifts would be nice today, but I've got this horrible feeling that Fulham are going to sign Orban. And then we're going to look over into our neighbour's garden and say, God, what a player that is. Martin Knightsbridge, good morning to you. All quiet on the Western Front. All we know is, though, that at any moment, some news could spark into action. Let's really hope that some news sparks into action. I've checked Fabrizio Romano this morning, by the way, everybody. Bayern Munich have signed a goalkeeper called Daniel Peretz from Maccabi Tel Aviv. Qatari side Al Arabi are set to sign put in a bid to sign Marco Verratti from PSG. Al Shabab agreed Damari Gray deal with Everton 2 days ago. It's all about Saudi Arabia at the moment, isn't it? Peretz again, that deal. Jeremy Doku is undergoing medical tests this morning, and he will be a Man City player. Other than that, there isn't anything going on. PSG have put in another proposal to Frankfurt for Kolo Muani, and negotiations between Ipswich Town and Man United for Brandon Williams are advancing. Loan deal to include a buy option. That's where we are. There's nothing. Tottenham are doing nothing. Our owners have let us down yet again. Big up Ben, who has said, just say we sold GLC and Maddison's injury is worse than expected. Then what do we do? Trying to find a playmaker before the window is too much of a risk. Yeah, I think we shouldn't all panic. We don't know what's happening with Maddison's injury yet. You could put Kulu in that position as well. I'm not too worried, if I'm brutally honest. I think we'll be absolutely fine. But at the end of the day, we can't keep everyone. Some players have got to go. People now want the Celso. I mean, listen, if money comes in, you've got to sell him so we can bring in a forward. I feel like, we're so emotionally attached. Some of these players have to go. Good morning to Darius. Big up to you, channel member. Time is running out. Yeah. Angus McDowell, big up to you, channel member. Big up to you. Lee Burgess, another channel member. Big up to you as well. Dennis says, still no transfer. No transfer. Loving this BS. Hey, it is what it is. Tom said, stop panicking, Savva. Smash the like button, mate. A gift is coming. Big up from California. Tom, I can't stand it when people tell me not to panic. This isn't panic. This is what happens every window. I say this every window, and every window I'm told, Don't panic. Trust the process. Wait till the window's finished. These players, this should have been done. This should have been done. It's so poor yet again. Just a girl who loves Spurs. Big up, Kate. Said, morning, Savva. Always a pleasure. Never a chore to see your face. Hope you're well, lovely. Thank you very much. Hope you're well too, Kate. Big up to you. Paul Connor is a channel member. I said, morning, Savva. Hope you're well, mate. I'm here, but working in the background. Good luck to you, mate. Good luck on the work front. Hope all is going well. George said, players, coaches, staff last year, but owners last for ages. Where is their responsibility? Agreed. Absolutely agreed. Dave Hamilton, good morning to you. Terry said, if no more incomes or outgoings, I would give the transfer window a 4. I'll give it a 2. We haven't sold any deadwood. Lots of people keep saying, oh, it's a 7 or a 8 because of Van de Ven and Maddison. What about all the deadwood? A transfer window is ins and outs. It's both. For me, I think the window's a disgrace at the moment. Just to go, Lost Spurs said, morning, everyone in the chat. Hope you've all liked and subscribed. Big up, Kate. Thank you so much. Only 95 likes, but we're still moving along nicely. So big up to everybody. Drula said, good morning to all. Good morning to you, Drula. I hope everything is well. Sav Dog Woof Woof. So for starters, I'll have a gift Orban, please. And for my mains, I'll have a tap sober. I can tell you, you've got no chance of both those things happening. This club just simply doesn't have to. This club simply doesn't have the appetite to make these things happen. That's the problem, isn't it? It's the appetite to go and make it happen. And again, all these people that stick up for the owners, where's the appetite? Where's the appetite to go, you know what? We've got a good manager now that plays how the fans like. The fans are starting to be happy with the style of football. Let's give him a little bit more. Let's give him 1 or 2 ingredients to really go and make a fist of top 4. Nope. It's not what Tottenham Hotspur do, is it? Not what we do at all. And Adama Crew has said, that's football though, Savva. Lots of clubs have similar situation with players. Adama, I hear this every year. It's Spurs every year. Some clubs have difficult years. Spurs have a difficult year every window. I'm not hearing these excuses anymore, I'm afraid. I think someone like Sue Smith in the chat will agree with me. We've been here, seen this and done this every single year. And every year the excuses roll out for these owners. Every year. Mark, big up Mark, Scrumpy Cousins. Morning, Savva. Like and subscribe and all that. Big up, Mark. Hope you're well, my friend. Nice seeing you backstage yesterday on Perchy's show. Here is the link to the channel. So big up to absolutely everyone who has subscribed. Much love to you all. Tigaro has said, Sanka has said, I'm 23, long time for no growth. So you think from the moment you were born, Sanka, the owners have been in situ. And Spurs don't win anything. We don't have a good academy. People will say, oh, the youngsters are doing well now. I'm talking about the last 23 years. What's come through, Kane? Like, what's come through since Enoch have joined? Harry Kane. Really, really poor. Tigaro, single parent theory, said Jed Spence is awful at Premier League level. I'm sure he's a great guy and has a load of talent, but at best, a good mid-table championship player. That's it. Another one that I think needs to go. Another one I do think needs to go. Shem Tan said, morning, Savva. Celso of the story about him complaining is real, and we can get in a replacement because he was supposed to be Maddison's backup, right? Look, for me, at the end of the day, if we do this every window of every player, you know, if we say, oh, well, we might need him for this, we might need him for that, then we're never going to trim this squad down. For me, every player should be open to going. We should be open to selling every player. Obviously, not the main 5 or 6 that will start every game. Other than that, got to be open to letting them go. It's how other clubs evolve. Yeah? It's how other clubs evolve. It's recycling. That's the word I keep hearing this window. The recycling of footballers. The club needs to evolve, and to do that, you have to recycle. Big up to KPV, channel member. Hope you're well, Carl. Long time no see. Hope you're well, my friend. Kudos has said every day is Levy out day. And Perchy said, good morning to all. Good morning to you, Perchy. Hope you're well, my man. Hope you're well. I'll message you after the show finishes. Mark Cook just showing some love to Perchy as well. Show me the lights. It said Spurs fans are like Dyer out. Plays one good game and Spurs fans are Dyer is the GOAT. Unfortunately, do you know what? Replace Dyer with anyone and you're right. Look what people are now doing with Davinson Sanchez because he's had half a good game. Oh my God, he could be a He could be a good player for us this season. That we don't learn. Sankar said, you definitely spent the Kane money. Hey, it is what it is. Adam Brisbane said, we have a net spend of 11 million euros on new signings this window. Yeah, and people still back the owner. Perchy, look at you, channel member for 6 months, 6 whole months of being a member. Big up to you, Perchy. You've always been a huge supporter and always good to talk to, a voice of reason and a good friend. So thank you very much, Perchy. Klaus has said it will take Ange another couple of transfer windows to clean up the mess from the last 2 managers. But it should be every window that we're evolving. Every window we should be evolving. At the moment, the squad is still there. The deadwood is still there. Ash the Fun has said, morning, Savva, beautiful day, and I'm decorating the bathroom. Keep me entertained, pal. Mate, I'm trying my best. I'm really trying to see if there's any news from anywhere, and I'm getting nothing. There's nothing from Fab Romano. I'm just checking David Ornstein right now on his Twitter page. The last thing David Ornstein talked about was Man United signing Altay Bayinda as the goalkeeper. Alistair Gold, I'm checking him. The last thing that he's talked about was nothing. He hasn't said anything, something about Eric Dyer on his future and all of this kind of stuff. Jace the Ace 1973 said Kane money long gone. It's starting to look that way, isn't it? It really, really is. David Hamilton said if Dyer won't leave, can his contract be cancelled? Well, you've got to pay it up, right? It's simple. You've got to pay up his wages for a year. That's all you've got to do. I say, he's on what, 80 grand a week? Something like that, 75 grand a week. So I think that would look at something like what, 3-point-something million a year. Hey, a JR83 is same with them. Listen, the funny thing is I'm not knocking what Postecoglou's doing. I'm not knocking the players that are playing. My point is this, is if you want to build and grow and give that manager the tools, the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there every year, and we never take it. We never take it. Why not? Big up to the Park Lane Ninja. Said, huge love, Savva, and all the people in the chat over on YouTube. Big up to you over there, Park Lane Ninja, over there on Twitch. Ben Spurs said, I will caveat my previous comments on wanting GLC to stay with if he wants to go, then I'm happy for him to be sold. No one is bigger. Do you know, I just think the thing is, at what point do we start selling players? At what point do we stop saying, oh, we need to keep this player? We've got a massive squad. We've got to get bodies out that door. It's madness how we're 9 days to go. 9. Next Thursday is transfer deadline day. Join me. I will be live for about 11 or 12 hours for a mammoth transfer deadline day show. So that should be really, really, really interesting. Valisa said money going to another executive chief in the director's box. I think you can start to see from the messages, from the tone of the fans now, people are getting really, really uncomfortable with how the end of this window is playing out. There's a lot to do. They've got to start working. Kudos has said, what are we going to do about it, though, Savva? Levy had the fans in the palm of his hand, just have to suck it up. Mate, this Kudos, I agree with you. I agree with you. Levy told us he was going to do this before he built the stadium. Levy told us he was going to do this when he bought the club. But everyone sat there going, when we get the new stadium, it's changed nothing. It's got worse since we got the new stadium. We've been worse in the transfer market. Captain Cockerell, big up to you. One of the original YouTube subscribers said, good morning, Savva chat. Please tell me some good news with transfers. I can't, mate. I'm hoping that in the next hour and a bit that we're going live, that there is going to be some news. But at the moment, nada, I'm afraid. Keep liking, people. There's 421 of you in here, only 122 likes. Come on, people. I know Daniel Levy's being tight, but it doesn't mean you need to be tight. And let's get a couple more subscribers on that chalkboard, shall we? Come on, guys and girls. We'll check back in about 20 minutes and see where we are. But the link is in the chat. Good morning to East London Guna, who said Leopard never changes its spots. Yeah, I'm so. Do you know what's worrying? Do you know what's worse about this transfer window than anything? Is most people called it. We know what's going to happen. Same old. Same old every window. 1 second. Sorry. Same every window. We know it's going to happen. And then what happens at the beginning of every summer is fans go, oh, just wait. The window's still open. Anything we do now, you know, is going to be massively underwhelming. You know it is. And they'll say, we tried, we couldn't get it done. And it was too late in the window, but we did try and bid, blah, 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 blah. John Langford said, I hope I'm wrong, but beating United might make Levy splash the cash. I hear this every year. What I hear is, if we lose this game today, it might make Levy realise we need to strengthen. And then it's, if we win this game today, it might make him realise how good we are and he might strengthen further. He doesn't work like that. I think we've realised that. He's taken everyone for a ride. He's in this for the money. He told us he was in this for the money. And now we have to suck it up. Tony Williams, big up to you. I said, morning, Savva. Loving the content you create. My morning watch most days. Big up to you, Tony. Thank you for the very kind words. And big up to the 400 odd people that are in here. Open the widget. Sorry, something about my connection. No, my connection's fine. Don't be silly, YouTube. Sanka said, will you guys be signing Gift Orban? I think everyone here would love to sign Gift Orban. I feel like Tottenham Hotspur talk about these things, but never actually get it to happen. Talks of the Jeremy Doku deal stalling. Let's see the last thing that was said on this. The last thing that was said on this was Jeremy Doku currently undergoing medical tests, deal being finalised as documents, contract to be signed later today. I don't know where you got this from. Apparently he's at the ground right now doing a medical, so I'm not sure where you got that from, my friend, but let me know and I'll look into it. Valisa said Bayern didn't pay in one lump sum, did they? They'll pay more in the future. My understanding is a lot of it was up front. That's my understanding. Somebody might tell me I'm wrong, but my understanding is most of it was up front. But that has a knock-on effect, right? When we go and buy players, it won't be one big lump sum up front. So we've got to make this happen. Daniel Harris, big up to you, my man. It's a big up, Savva. Said it before. No more incomings, I reckon. I'm still holding out hope for 2 more. I'm holding out hope and fast losing that faith. Fast losing that faith in those 2 deals coming in. Sav Dog, woof, woof. I said, revenue-wise, we're about to find out the upside of the stadium income, including American football and concerts. 9 days to go. Listen, it's all smoke and mirrors, mate. Smoke and mirrors. Shem said, happy birthday to Gary Mabbott, true club legend. Oh, I'd love Gary Mabbott in this squad now. Proper centre-back, proper footballer, old Gary. Lovely, lovely bloke as well, by all accounts. Lovely, lovely bloke. Good afternoon to the football enthusiast. Good afternoon from Naples. Big up to you over there. Q7, how you doing, my man? Hope you're well. One of my favourites, channel member, said, good morning, Savva and chat. Each day I hope to be proven wrong, but here we are. The Kane money still hasn't been touched, but I keep being told he's going to spend. He's got to do something fast, doesn't he? I'm hoping and praying they're working on something in the background. But you know what the biggest telltale sign for all of this is? There's hardly any rumours anymore. Like before, at least it was, oh, well, we tried for Tapsoba, we tried for this player. You know, now it's just, there's nothing. Sanka has said Orban will be benched at Fulham. It's a shame if Spurs don't buy him. Why would he be benched at Fulham? What? That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, Doku, but what I do agree with here is the moment a player is going to join Man City, Tottenham are not going to get their hands near him, are they? Let's be brutally honest. Lee Burgess has said Spurs definitely have money to spend and they still got 50 million to withdraw from Company's House. Listen, this club should have money for fun. There should be no worries about spending money. We're never, ever close to financial fair play. We always, more often than not, make a profit. We're a mess. The owners are an absolute disgrace. Felicia said, Levy built the stadium by himself. It was him, a construction team of hundreds that built the ground. I don't know what that means. What do you mean? Of course. I don't think anyone thought that Daniel Levy built the stadium with his own hands. What do you mean? Sorry, I don't understand. Stefan, big up to you. I said, morning, Savva. Coffee and some football heritage before decorating my house. Oh, good fun. Good fun. Enjoy the decorations, my man. Nope, we don't want Maguire or Anthony. Thank you very much. Shane Summers is in the house and said we're going to have to get by with the team we have. And unfortunately, it's not going to be enough. Andrew will do a decent job, but we're seriously lacking a couple of decent signings. This is where I feel sorry for him. I think he'll start really well. I think we'll have a great start to the campaign. Then, as I think there's a few injuries set in, I think then you'll start to see the issues. And then people will go, oh, well, you know, Ange isn't that great. No, it's not Ange. It's the chairman. It's the owners. Adama Crew has said Tottenham is a business. Just because cash comes in doesn't mean it needs to be used immediately. Cash will be accounted just, but listen, go away. You're a Levy excuser. Each to their own, but Levy excuser. I just cannot stand how these fans still back how this club run. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Belisa said Spurs made 100 million in profit and have 400 million revenues. Of course, yeah, exactly. There's loads of money at this football club. There's loads of money. Sanka wants to sell Richarlison. Big up to Ben K, the biggest, baddest moderator in the YouTube game. And big up to the 2 people that have subscribed since I put the link. Come on, people. The generosity from Spurs fans seems to be really waning recently. And it would really, really help if people would start putting their finger on that finger on the subscribe and like button to really, really help. I think lots of Spurs YouTubers now are desperately trying to find stuff for you, for content for you for this summer. And we are trying. Donna Cullen said, Savva, your eyes look red. Do they? I don't think my eyes look red. I'm absolutely fine. Weird thing to say. Drula said, this is so frustrating. Every single transfer window, we are left short. Nothing new, really, with this club. We should be used to it by now. Yeah, this is the point, isn't it? Is we are used to it by now, but it's the people that keep telling you that it's going to be fine and they're going to change the way they are. Just a girl said, they said yesterday Maddison could be fine for the weekend, but they expect him to be left out as a precaution. Absolutely. And I think everyone's just going a little bit overboard about this. Big up Rinketic said, hi, Sav, how you doing? Also, tell me if you don't want me to call you Sav. No, you can call me Sav. It's fine. I like you. I don't know if Dane Scarlett's better than Richarlison. We've not seen him. He's too young. I think he definitely needs a loan. Big up. So Adamo said, if Celso is to leave, we need to bring up back up for Maddison. Well, listen, Kulusevski could not drop in and do that. No, I think he could. Philly, I said, big up Savva, my brother, and everyone in the chat. Rome wasn't built in a day, but neither did it take 23 years of the people of Rome being exploited. I'm sure they have revolted by now. Absolutely, Philly. Absolutely. Tigaro said Maddison recovery is expected to be 3 to 10 days on a minor ankle injury. Nothing structural. Absolutely. Lee Burgess said, I'm not panicking. It's typical Levy and his last-minute deals. Yeah, I'm not panicking. I'm not panicking. This is what Tottenham do. If they go and get one more player before the end of the window, fans will go, oh, my God, see, he did it. He's meant to be doing that. He's meant to have been making these signings way before now. He's meant to have been getting rid of players. He has failed again as an owner of this football club. He has failed to implement a philosophy for 23 years. He's failed to implement a proper academy. He's failed with everything he's done at this football club. The only thing that he hasn't failed with is the stadium and the revenue it makes, because that's where his priority was, not the football. Charles 321 said Levy won't buy a striker. He bought Richarlison as Kane's replacement. I unfortunately think you might be right. I think lots of us said this last year that was the worry. I personally think we need new wingers for our system to work and another centre-back. I don't disagree. I think we need a lot. I think we need a lot of new players still. I truly believe that. Come on, guys and girls. So tight this morning. Just under 500 of you in here. Only 177 likes. No new subscribers. Come on, people. Be generous. It's free. It's absolutely free to just do that. Big up to you. Angus has said, honest opinion, Savva, do we scare you? Well, Arsenal, you don't scare me. I think you're a good team. I don't watch you and think, cool, you're scary. Man City scare me. Arsenal are a good team, but I don't think you're scary. I'll just say that. If you were scary, you'd win things. Scary teams would go and blow teams away in the Europa League. Scary teams wouldn't do what you did in the back 10 games of the season. So, no, you don't scare me. Do I think you can beat us? Sure. Does that make me scared of you? No. Blame Dev, big up to you. I said the other thing that annoys me about our business is we always leave it to the end of the window. So you pay a higher premium as clubs know you're scrambling, meaning pay more in the fees and wages. Absolutely. It's not rocket science, is it? Big up to Strasbourg Steve, as we said. Perchy, who has been here for 6 months, a channel member. Donna Cullen, who thinks there's something wrong with my eyes, which I'm not sure why. Tigaro, Single Parent Theory, has said, would Ange have scouted Orban before signing Valise? I'm not sure we are really getting the true story. Valise could be better, and I do trust Ange. If Valise could be better, then we'd see him in the first team squad right now, right? I feel like you're clutching at straws there a little bit, my friend. I think this guy is I think Orban's ready for the first team. I think Valise is not. I think he's already told us that Valise is going to be introduced slowly. So I do feel that we're clutching a little bit with that one. But thank you so much for the super chat. I get I like the positivity. I just don't think that's the case. Simon D has said, watch the Saudis cause chaos when the window shuts. I mean, they're causing chaos now in the transfer window. They're not doing anything wrong, but they're causing chaos. And you think there's 9 days to go. How many more players are the Saudi Arabian clubs going to buy in that last 9 days? Big up to Simon D. Donna Cullen's come back in and said, your eyes seem a little red. Do they? Do my eyes seem a little red? I feel like they. You seem to have a lack of sleep. Okay. Mr. Savva, I care for my friends, especially the ones with beautiful eyes. Donna, big up to you. Such a strange character, but big up to you. And Blaine Dev, a massive super chat. So thank you so much. Said, Savva, all we have to do is look at the top ranked clubs. They have 4 to 5 departures and 2 to 3 quality incomings. Why does our setup not just Levy let these players stay? It frustrates me every year. Blaine Dev, big up to you. Listen, I think this is the key thing for me. This is every window we struggle to get rid of players. Like, I don't even class Roden. Like, Roden's gone on loan. That's not getting rid of the players. That's kicking the can down the road. And if I'm not wrong, didn't we do this all of last year? At the end of the window last year, Ndombele went on loan. Celso went on loan. Winks went on loan. Reggie went on loan. You name it. Everyone went on loan. And, you know, Parrott went on loan. Scarlett went on loan. Loan. None of these players are getting sold. It's strange. Adam Hines, by the way, big up as well. Oh, Donna Cullen, it's okay. Listen, I just relax, please relax. And thank you for the super chat. Please relax. Where are we in terms of the comments? Adam Hines has said, what are the chances of taking a striker on loan now and then going for Tony in January? Do you trust that Spurs would get Tony? I honestly believe that other clubs will come in for him, and I believe that we would play such a long transfer game with this guy that other clubs would have more chance of getting him quicker than we would. Keep smashing that like button, people. Come on, we're only on 199 likes, and there's 500 of you in here. That's 300 people. I really don't think you understand how much it helps for the like button. It's almost a validation that it goes around the internet and spreads the word. Otherwise, YouTubers can't grow. Philly has said, personally, I wouldn't put Dyer in the bin. You would need the hazmat suits to get him out. Listen, another player that's been here 4 or 5 years too long. Phil Master said Levy needs to do 11 Deadwood player bundle sale at bargain bin price to highest bidder. Yeah, there's so much Deadwood. There's so many I would get rid of. We've got a squad of about 37. Most of them can go. Amin, I said, what's new? What were you expecting? Levy will always be Levy. Listen, I mean, what we were expecting, surely some players to go out. Like, surely some Deadwood to go out. Surely if you sell Harry Kane, which I get it, surely you bring in a replacement. Surely. Like, we're not asking for miracles here, I mean. We're not asking for miracles. We're asking for sensible transfer business. That's all. Man United have completed. Have they? I haven't seen that anywhere, Kate. Where's that? I would have thought that would have been massive breaking news somewhere. I can't see it anywhere. I've got Sky Sports News on. I've got Romano on. I can't see it anywhere. But let me know. Big up to you. Wolves Finland has said, what managers try to build in Tottenham? They're always one Levy who could ruin everything. Yeah, like the video I posted yesterday, guys and girls, where I said Postecoglou is building, but Levy is knocking it down. It's a good watch. And if I do say so myself, go and give it a watch as to what other managers have tried to do to build, the likes of Poch, the likes of Redknapp, Martin Jol. And as they're building, as they're putting in a breeze block, Levy's there banging it away. So constantly you're not getting bigger. You're just replacing. Have a look. Go and check it out if you can. And also, if anyone would like to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, I'm starting to drive those channels as well now. Red Dan said, we haven't sold the Cade money. We were never seeing it. It's huge profit. Well, let's hope that that's not true, but so much of me in here thinks it is. Big up to you, Red Dan. I hope you're well, my friend. Jessica said, trade GLC to Barcelona for Ansu Fati. I would take that all day long. I think Ansu Fati would add a different dimension to the club. Bush Ranger said, so with Gio wanting out, who do we go for? For me, again, I think it needs to be a wide player and a forward. I think we need to reinforce that front line. That's just me. Dazza has said, with the amount of players out and in needed and the time left, we would need a signing or departure every day till the end of the window. Absolutely. 9 days. 9 days. 9 days. So you imagine, even if there's 5 bits of transfer activity, right? 1 every 2 days, just under. Like, even if there's 5, like, it's madness. It's absolutely madness. Good morning to John, the Celtic guy. I hope you're well, John. Hope you're well, my friend. I'm hoping as we get towards the end of this week, we start seeing some more movement as well. We really do deserve it as Spurs fans. Skur said, morning, brother. Good morning to you. This is why we should go for Eze. Everybody feels like we won't have a place for him. I don't even think it's about a place for him. I think he starts for us. I truly believe that they would want massive money. And I don't believe we're going to spend that on Eze. That's just my feeling. I want to be wrong. When I say most of these things, people, right? When I say most of these things, I want to be wrong. I want to wake up tomorrow morning. Sorry, once again. The amount of water I drink a day since I started streaming. I want to wake up tomorrow morning and I want to see Spurs in double swoop for boom, boom, boom. And you go, brilliant. But it just never happens. It's always rumoured, monitoring, assessing the situation. Big up to Tobias. Yes, I go to Dartford regularly. I go down and watch Dartford play in the Conference South. Great day out. Not so much this season so far, but they normally play some great football. Yeah, I always go down there. Tigaro has said, big up, has said, if you were scary, you'd win things. Listen, I'm not burning him. It's true, right? Like, to be scared of something, I'm scared of playing Man City. I'm scared of playing Man City because they're a top team that win things. I'm not scared of Arsenal. They're a good team. I'm not scared of them. Savva deadline day is Friday the 1st. Isn't it next Thursday night? Is it next Friday? This is it. Okay, is it Friday or is it? Hang on, people. When is transfer deadline day in the English Premier League?
According to Hackney Gazette, when is deadline day? The summer transfer window in England for 2023 will close at 11 p.m. on Friday, September 1st. The summer transfer window has...
So it's next Friday. So there's 10 days. There's 10 days, right? What is it today? What day are we on? It's a Wednesday, right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 10 days. Oh my God, we've got a reprieve. Guys, we can do this. There's an extra day. We had it. I can't do it seriously. 10 days. Why did I think it was Thursday? Why on earth did I think it was Thursday? Perchy, if you're free, let me know if you want to come on. Excuse me. Sorry, I can't get rid of this cough at all. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I thought it was Thursday. Duh. Fafur has said, Sav, you need a striker. Lukaku is available. Fair enough. Question. When Son played as a 9, he had Pulisic and Solomon as wingers. Maybe, do you mean Perisic? Maybe Richie could also be better with better service. Listen, as I've said, whenever I talk about Richarlison, look at his He's history. He's not a goal scorer. He's not a prolific goal scorer. He might get 7 or 8. Alpesh has said, morning, Savva. Looks like the Kane money may be to pay that 100 million loan payback. Wouldn't surprise me. 1 second, I'm going to send the link to Perchy. Let's get his little face on the screen. Oh, no, that's not how you do it. It's invite, copy. This is how you have to get a guest on. Click the screen icon. Can everyone see me okay? Can everyone see me okay? Your browser has blocked your screen. Click the screen icon. I don't know what on earth is going on there. Can everyone see me? Can everyone see me? I don't know what's going on. Sorry, something's really, really going weird. Hello? Can everyone see me? I don't know what is happening here, people. Apparently me having a coughing fit has caused some sort of glitch. Hopefully you can see me. Let me know. I'm just going to quickly scroll down to where we are just to see if everyone can see, if everyone's saying they can see me. Yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. I don't know why. At my end, it told me that my camera had stopped and there was a glitch. No idea what's going on. No idea. Perchy, I'm sending you the link, mate, if you want to drop on for a little bit and we can just have a good old chinwag. Here you go. So apologies, people. So sorry for that. So sorry for that. I really didn't know that the transfer window was next Friday. For some reason, I'm sure I looked at it the other day and it was the Thursday. Gone mad, and I've planned my week next week with that in mind. So I'll have to change it back to the Friday, which is Friday the 1st, right? And then I'm at a wedding on Saturday the 2nd. Yeah, that's right. Wow. Okay. Big up to you. I've sent the link to Perchy. He'll be joining us shortly. Let me see if I can catch up a little bit with the chat. JR has said you can talk about Levy's issues about hiring managers, but his work on our finances is impeccable. Bored. I'm bored of you already. I'm moving on. Bored. Oh, our finances are impeccable. I'm a football fan. Stop it. This is embarrassing. This isn't Football Manager. John, again, the excuse has been fair. None of the top 6 have excelled. Yeah, the top 6 have just won trophies galore for the last 20 years. Yeah, they haven't excelled. Madness. Absolutely madness. Big up Mark Cousins. Honestly, I have no idea the excuses that come out. Mark, you'll know it. Sue Smith in the chat, Kate in the chat, loads of you in the chat. How many excuses? Where's Philly? 2109. How many excuses every window for this club? It is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Spurs haven't challenged for the league lately. Yeah, no, we're not good enough. I think the difference is you guys told everyone you were winning a league. You guys told everyone you were winning a league and then didn't. Tottenham, we don't tell anyone we're winning a league. We're not winning a league. Big up Perchy and his yellow lemon flavored lolly.
Oh, it's delicious, but it's so hot right now. The humidity it's killing my computer, by the way, by the second. Like it's now my screen's flickering. Yeah, lemon ice lolly.
That's wrong. Right, I'm sorry, everyone in the chat right now. Everyone in the chat. If you're if you are buying a lolly, what flavour lolly are you buying? Because I'll be honest with you, lemon is the bottom of my list.
No, it was a mixed pack of orange and I've had the orange ones. The lemons are left over, unfortunately.
No, I'm not hearing it. Perchy's favourite flavour is lemon. His T-shirt suggests that as well. His favourite flavour is lemon. What's going on? Perchy. First of all, I feel like an absolute donut. I thought it was next Thursday night.
The reason why can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can. Sorry, you cut out. Yeah.
Sure. I was saying, this is why I kept telling you, I'm a bit annoyed because my mate's wedding's on deadline day. So it's the one day when I thought, do you know what? That's the day I'm going to go and get loads of content, loads of subscribers. And then it's my mate's wedding on deadline day. So I'm not going to be able to do anything.
Oh, mate, do you know what? I was speaking to the wife yesterday. I was like, Thursday, I've got this mammoth 12-hour stream. It's transfer deadline day. And so I've planned everything around it. And then I find out today it's Friday and I've got a wedding to go to Saturday morning. So I missed the Burnley game. Yeah, sorry. Isn't it normally the last day of the month? Am I being stupid?
Yeah, no, it's normally the first of, I think they do it specific. There's actually normally an actual reason. It's normally like on It's normally a reason why they do it at a certain day. I can't remember the actual reason. It's like it has to hit on a Friday or something like that.
So some people are still saying it's Thursday. I'm so confused. It's Friday, right? So when I wake up Friday next week, right, that whole day people can buy players.
Yeah.
Right.
But
okay. Good.
Up to 11 p.m. It changes on some.
Right.
It changes on some. I think Scotland's slightly different.
Other
countries are slightly different.
Yeah. So, okay, so that's added 24 hours. I take it all back, Daniel Levy. There's an extra 24 hours for Spurs to do their outgoings. Look, Perchy.
I mean, it's going to make no difference, is it?
No, absolutely none at all. But for banter purposes, it's good fun. It's really good fun. By the way, Perchy, I'm getting the usual now. 10 days to go to the window. We're starting to get all the excuses coming out. All the excuses are coming out now with other clubs haven't done this. Yeah, but all the other clubs have won multiple trophies for 20 years.
Yep.
It's tough to sell players if they don't want to leave, blah, blah, blah. We can't buy players because we've got too many players in. We've had a good window. It's a 7 or 8 out of 10. Whilst
we're not having that again.
Right. What I mean, why are we still excusing this guy? Why?
Listen, you know my thoughts. I said all along with the whole transfer window, I said, you sell Harry Kane because you're going to spend money here, and that, and you're going to do this. So the fact is we haven't signed anyone since we sold Harry Kane. And I'm sorry, I don't get what people say. That's not good enough. Look, here's my theory. If the issue is all about players, it's the problem about players going out, then go and sign some top under 21s. They don't need to be registered, right? Then at least we're kicking the can down the road, for a year. But what we've got is we've already got the replacements long term, right? The long term replacements, because we get them in. Look, I think Ansu Fati's under 21. I think I could be wrong. Someone's going to correct me in there. Gift Orban's 20. So there's 2 lads already there. You can go boom, boom like that. But the issue is what I think. I'm not even worried necessarily about the outgoings right now, because the thing is if we were so determined to get rid of them after the transfer window closes, or when the Saudi Arabian league closes, because then you can go, do you know what? Boom, rip it up, boom, go. And this is the issue. We need players. This is the issue. And by the way, guys, this whole lemon business, it was the only one left in the freezer.
No, everyone, listen, Perchy is being exposed for his bad taste in lollies. But Ben Kaufman is here to back you up. So lemon is great.
Fanta lemon is the best Fanta, by the way. Rule 101.
I'm not too far from Dartford, my friend, and I'm not too far from Welling either. Yeah, every now and then I go and watch Welling play. And for anyone who doesn't live near that area, so Dartford and Welling are both in the Conference South. So the next league up for them is the Conference proper.
Playing my local team.
And Welling, for anyone that doesn't know, their ground is nicknamed the San Siro. Make of it what you will. It's on T will know this if you're in Welling. It's on a high street. It's opposite a great big pub called the Nag's Head. I think it's opposite a pub called the Nag's Head. It's also got like a little nightclub in the stadium. Basically, their nickname, Welling, they're the Wings, right? And now they've got a bar in there called Wings, and it's like for over 50. So if you ever go there, it's
amazing.
Like I'd be the youngest person. So good old. Listen, Perchy, I don't know about you if you've been. I love non-league football. It's such a good day out.
I go my local non-league team back in the UK is Slough Town, which on the 5th of September go away to Dartford because they're in the Conference South. I tell you what, when we go down there, do you know what? It's so refreshing. Do you ever just sit back and go, do you know what? You can stand by the ground with a beer in your hand and you can watch a game of football and you see proper tackles. It's a bit of a laugh and you walk away going, do you know what? That's a good laugh. I went and watched one recently and it finished out to be a 6-2 win. I was going, what a game of football.
Do you know what? Whenever I go down to Dartford or Welling, what I like about it, it's that old school. First of all, there's no VAR.
Yeah.
Right? So when a goal goes in, unless the lino has already got his flag up, right? It's a goal, right? There's no, let's have a look. The fans go mad. You can have banter with the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's always he's getting it in the ear. He's giving it back. It's good fun. You get right close to the pitch. You get a dirty old burger, which, might give you food poisoning, but, it's part of the day out, isn't it? I love it.
Do you know what the best thing that anyone that's not been to non-league will never understand? You'll never understand is that the best part about it is depending on what team your team attacks against, you stand behind that goal. And then in the second half, you all walk around. So you have your away fans walking around, and you all walk around and say, no one, if you've never been to non-league, you'll never realise it. It's incredible.
Yeah. Alpesh is throwing some spanners in the work here, saying the papers need to be filed by Thursday, but up to that Friday to get the principal paperwork filed. How can that be the case then? No. So basically, if a deal is not ready by Thursday night, it can't be done the Friday. That's never been the case, is it? That's not true.
No.
I don't believe that's true. By the way, what is true, Perchy? I'm going to tell you a little story. It's a story all about how there's 538 people in here and only 250 likes. That's a really sad glass half empty story.
Click the like button. Listen, I think I feel like we always say this, and people don't realize that sometimes they think, oh, I'm not going to do it just to be edgy. Don't be edgy. It helps everyone out. Listen, it's a click of a button. Listen, you got to bear in mind, Savva and I and all the other content creators, a lot of us, I mean, Savva, yes, you're doing it full time, but a lot of us has full-time jobs, right? And we do a lot of this in our own spare time, and we put out all the content, blah, blah, blah. But listen, just help everyone out, guys. Genuinely, it means the world.
Yeah, absolutely. And smash that subscribe button. I've put the link in the chat. Thank you to the 3 or 4 that have this show. Let's try and push this forward. But yeah, Perchy, let's get back to the football. It's the excuses coming out again as to why we're not able to act like a proper club. There is so much deadwood, Perchy, and I would argue that the only deadwood we have sold since January, I'm going with that window and this window, and I'll even chuck in last window, right? I'll even chuck in last summer. Bergwijn was sold. Winks was sold.
Yep. I mean, you could argue Lucas Moura has been released.
But I'm not counting that because that's not getting rid of the deadwood. That is his contract ended. Who has been sold in the last year? Bergwijn.
Great point, actually.
Right.
Carter Vickers, was he in that era? I don't know.
God knows when Carter Vickers went. God knows. Last year, the year before, I don't know. But this is bad, isn't it?
Yep, horrendous. We don't get rid of players. And we just don't. And this is the issue. I say this all the time. Like, we don't do things properly. Proper football clubs go, do you know what? Listen, we've got to take a hit here. We need to register players. But the other biggest issue we do have is these players aren't going anywhere. They don't want to. So now you've got to find another way to sort it out, right? You've got to go back and look and go, okay, what do we do with these players? And Ndombele's turned down every single football club known to man. Like, it's crazy. I mean, he turned down Nottingham Forest. I mean, it's a Premier League side, by the way. He goes, the irony is that we only hear.
There's Emerson Royal slander somewhere in the chat because Nick's appeared. Nick's appeared. If you say Emerson Royale 3 times, Nick just appears in your living room and punches you in the face. Oh, Nick. But I love Nick so much.
Nick's the best. One of the best cricketers I'll ever know.
Yeah, I hate cricket, but I love watching him play cricket.
Oh, it's brilliant. But where I was trying to get, the problem we do, and Ndombele is a good example. He's on so much money, no one wants to, and no one else wants to go, he doesn't want to go anywhere. So now you've got to go, okay, what do you do? I heard people in my chat last night going, oh, it doesn't matter, just put him in the under-21s. I don't want him anywhere near our academy players. What an absolute terrible role model to have in front of your under 21s. And someone put the point about, Danny Rose went in there. Yeah, Danny Rose is a good example to put in there. Knows the club and he's been in, worked his socks off. This player's come in doesn't want to be here. This is the problem. How far do you go though? Right. This is it. Now we're going to the only way you're going to get rid of an Ndombele right now, the only way is we basically pay probably 80% of his wages and then he goes off somewhere. But we might as well just pay off his contract, right? If we're going to do that. Get him off the books, move on. Look, it was an absolute shocker. I mean, when you've worked out the finances on how much this man has cost us, and whenever, no, I'm sorry, mate. This Lemon Fanta's the elite. End of. No argument. I'm not having that.
Mr. Post Office making it sound really serious. Like, yes, Perchy, don't like lemon, all right? If you come on my show, do not like lemon.
Yeah, just because. Yeah, at least now we've dispelled the myth that me and you don't agree on everything.
Just quickly, by the way, Will Bourne said, "How do I become a member?" Ben Kaufman will put it in the chat for you, I'm sure. But I've also put the link in. If you see a message from me in the chat that says "featured" at the end, the last word "featured," that's just to subscribe. If the last word says "membership," that's a link for membership. Let me get to some super chats, Perchy.
Go on
quickly. So Jake B, big up. I said, big up Savva and Perchy. Suddenly, Celso is prime Iniesta because he's 1 foot out the door. Some of this fan base shaking my head. Jake, I can't agree with you more. All of a sudden, people worried about the Celso going out. For me, I think Spurs need to look at any player that can get you 20, 25 million euros and get them out. Højbjerg, Reggie, Lo Celso, because what happens is, Jake, and I'm sure this is where you're probably coming from it, all these fans that say, oh, well, we've got too many players, we can't bring them in. But then when you suggest selling players, it's, oh, no, we need to keep him. For me, I've seen, I don't know, look, Perchy, I'll let you say what you want to say about him, but for me, I've not seen anything for 4 years. If this guy's sold right now, I won't give a monkeys, right? If he stays, I don't give a monkeys. But if he goes, and I go, what a waste of 4 years, right? Do you know what I mean?
I can't argue with that at all. Like, this is the problem. Lo Celso is one of those at the moment where I go, do you know what? If you get money for him, you get money for him. He's like, I put him in the bracket of, if you can sell him, sell him, but I wouldn't get rid of him for nothing. Does that kind of make sense?
For sure,
like,
for sure.
There's a group of players that I would put in there and say, I don't care if we have to just rip up a contract and go. He falls in the bracket going, if someone puts money down, good money for him, 20, 30 million quid for him, I go, do you know what? Go. Højbjerg's in that balance as well. Højbjerg's in that balance. If you get money for him, 20, 30 million quid for him, let him go so we can bring someone else in. That's my problem.
Just quickly. But we're going to have zero tolerance moving forward. Azad, listen, first of all, don't talk about other YouTubers. We won't tolerate that. Second of all, Stella and I are good. So I think, first of all, you need to stop with this silly childishness. I can see from your picture, you're a grown man, right? So this sort of nonsense won't be tolerated, okay? It won't be tolerated by Stella on his channel. It won't be tolerated by me on mine. So grow up. If you would like to come in and talk football with us, you are more than welcome. If you're going to come in and start saying stupid stuff, I will ask my moderators to block you immediately. Everyone in here is having a nice time and they're talking about football. Yeah? You keep coming into my chats and doing this. It's pathetic. Look how old you are. You're a grown man. Grow up. Sorry, Perchy. I won't have people trying to drive hate between people.
No, it's silly and it's embarrassing. Like, listen, guys, everyone, we all, the irony is you people don't realize we all talk behind the scenes. And I say this every single time. We all tell each other, oh, this idiot's come in my chat saying this. Oh, yeah, he said this about you. Like, I bet you're probably saying the same thing on Tottenham away, trying to just, oh, blah, 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 blah. Don't be that person. It is embarrassing. You're a grown man. Come on, be nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, so some of the super chats. Sorry, actually, before we do, I did see a comment where someone just said, I can't find it now, that Lo Celso is one of our best players. Can I ask, based on what? Mauler, based on what? He's done nothing for 4 years. Why are we now saying he's one of our best players? Where did this come from? Why? Where has this come from? I just don't get it. I truly don't understand it.
Savva, you know, we were just talking about outgoings. Since 2000, since the 2000 and 21 season, how many players have we actually sold? Like, how many players have we sold? Not released or loaned out since the 2020-21 season.
So that's 2021, 21, 22, 22, 23. So in the last 3 summers and the last 3 Januaries, right?
Yes, last 3 seasons.
I'm going to go with 6.
Okay, I'm going to read them out to you, okay?
Go for it.
Carl Walker-Peters.
In the deal with Højbjerg, yeah?
In the deal with Højbjerg. So that was the only player we got money for. We let out Vertonghen, went out on a free, blah, 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 blah. He's the only one we got money for. The next season, 21-22, Juan Foyth, Toby Alderweireld, Musa Sissoko, Joe Hart. 5. Last summer, Steven Bergwijn, 6. Carter Vickers, 7. And then this season, Harry Winks and Harry Kane. So we sold 9 players in 3 windows. Chelsea have done that in 1 transfer window.
Yeah, look, I think a lot of clubs seem to. I mean, you look, even West Ham. West Ham have bought players in the last 2 years, like Vlasic, didn't work out, moved him on. Skamaka didn't work out, moved him on. We just don't do it. And the problem is, you look, we've got fans in the chat convincing themselves now that off of a couple of 45-minute pre-season game appearances, that Lo Celso's one of our best players. Like, I'm absolutely baffled as to how this fan base operates.
Okay, here's a question. If Lo Celso was one of our best players, why is it that he's been out on loan to Villarreal? If he was one of our best players, you don't loan one of your best players, right? Like, let's be serious. If you don't loan out one of your best players.
No, of course not. Of course
it doesn't
not.
make sense.
No, of course not. Of course not. By the way, watching non-league is lemon. Honestly, get down and watch some of the non-league. Great. There's some good football. It's a great day out. The commitment's there. You don't have prima donnas like Ndombele running around or pretending to run around. Big up, Alan, near Bexley Heath. I'm not far from Bexley Heath at all. I'm 5-10 minutes in a car away from Bexley Heath. Dom talking about the grassroots football down on the Hackney Marshes. Hackney without the H. Mark said we've got rivalry. The Dartford, Welling, Slough and Yeovil all in the same league. The Yeovil in the Conference South now. I've got lots of super chats I must get through. Rodney Roberts has said, pay your rent, people. Smash the like button. Nice and simple, isn't it, Rodney? So thank you so much. Always a big supporter of the channel is Rodney. Thank you very much. Ben Kaufman is in the chat and said, I was given the nickname Eeyore because I refused to get excited about the transfer window. I do not think we are getting another signing. Ben, I think we will. I'm going to caveat that. Everyone knows I like a caveat. I'm going to caveat it with, I don't know what the caliber of that signing will be. By the way, thank you. A lot of people have just joined the show. We're now up to just under 600 people. Guys and girls, smash that subscribe button. We've only had 3 subscribers throughout the entire show. There's nearly 600 of you in here. We've got to keep growing. For me to be able to do it full time and put this show on every day, I've got to keep growing. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And then I go back to work and these shows stop. And so do most of the others. Keep subscribing, people. Ben, big up. You're not Eeyore. You're just honest, my friend. Flynn has said, I'm not liking. Thank you very much, Flynn. Much appreciated, my man. I hope you're well. Strasbourg Steve in the chat, just putting in a super sticker. So big up to you, Strasbourg Steve. Hope you're well. Elias is in the chat. Said, big up, Savva and Perchy. Good morning. Good morning to you as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you so much for the super chat. Orox Beats has said, Alex Scott would be a great Lo Celso replacement, homegrown, and would be a great understudy to Maddison, just like Saran Basuma. But we need to sell both Lo Celso and Ndombele to buy him. Orox Beats, I'm going to break your heart on this one, my friend. I'm going to, and you've just come in and said it. Yes. Yeah. Alex Scott signed for Bournemouth a couple of weeks back. Good player. Look, Alex Scott, we'll talk about this in a minute, looks to me like he'll be one of these players, has a couple of good years at Bournemouth and then makes a move to a bigger club.
Man City,
and then all our fans that were going, oh, Alex Scott, Championship, will realise, hang on, he was a very good player. Big up to Oryx Beats. Always a massive support of the channel. Thank you so much. Mark Cousins is in the chat as a Dartford, Welling, Slough, Yeovil, all in the same league. Well, Mark, you can get used to like my local clubs, Dartford and Welling, eh? And
my
the
local
other
club.
And I tell you what, who's even closer to me than Dartford and Welling is a team in the conference. It's Bromley Town.
Bromley Town, yeah.
Where I had my birthday last year. Bromley Town Football Club. Yeah, I know. It's all super cool. And Steve D as well has said, rubbish joke. Lemon as in refreshing. Yeah, I got it, Steve. I got it. It was just an awful dad type joke. But big up to you, Steve. And
we have
big
some
up
news come through, mate.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
I'm just reading it. Barcelona have made a loan offer for Tottenham's Giovanni Lo Celso, but Spurs closed the door completely for Barcelona. Brilliant. I mean, so we're not getting this. Oh no, it was on the Spurs Express. Someone called I don't know, some Barcelona reporter reported this. But so yeah, it's come up on, if you can see that there on there.
Yeah. Look, for me, at some point, some of these players have got to go for cash, right? It can't keep being loans. It really, really can't. I wouldn't mind if they said, right, we'll have Lo Celso, you have Fatty for a year loan. Yeah. You go, okay, cool. But oh my God, it's hard work, isn't it? Jimmy Costco, I said, not really. You can find a club that pays him 50% of his wages, such as Napoli did last year. That's 50% cheaper. Hang on. Jimmy, I think that the point Perchi was trying to make is Ndombele's on 200 grand a week. Not everyone can afford 50% of that.
Agreed.
Is that, am I right? Look, for example, could Rennes, like Rennes want him in France? Are you telling me Rennes can pay £100 million? Sorry, that's a complete lie. £100,000 a week to Ndombele? I just don't think they can.
But Sav, this is the point though. You've got to look at the level that Ndombele's at right now. His stock is so low. He's going to sit there and go, I'll sit around for 200 grand a week. Get someone to pay me 200 grand a week. The only teams that are going to be able to really pay 200 grand a week are the top six. Realistically, let's be honest, maybe Real Madrid. I mean, are Real Madrid going to get Ndombele? No. Barcelona? No. Juventus? No. Bayern Munich? No. So already the top echelons of football teams are going. You start working your way down and you go in, as you said, Rennes. Are Rennes even capable of paying half that? No. Now you're worried there. As I said, the only way you're going to get rid of him is Spurs pay at least 80% of his salary. Like, that's realistically the only way it's going to work, right?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. G Money, and we got another one. Azad is right, though. You embarrass yourself not on top of the way. Your wife would never look at you with pride again. Ben, do me a favor, block this person.
Goodbye.
Anyone, honestly, this week of all weeks,
that's disgusting. Sorry,
anyone talking about my wife, whoa, just wow, this is a football channel, man. Get a life.
Get off.
This is mental. Actually, hang on. I don't even need Ben to block. I don't know why I've asked Ben to do that. I can ban and block him. Just there's no need for it, man. It's so weird. Do
not bring someone's family into any of this. This is a footballing channel.
Not this week, Perchi. Not this week.
No, exactly.
They do not want to be doing that to me.
No.
Paul Connor, back to the football, has said, to be honest, I don't care who goes, as long as they go. Getting fed up of seeing the same team year after year, of which they won nothing since 2008. It's time to refresh out with the old and in with the new. I agree, but every window we kind of get to the window, and again, what we get is people going, oh, but he could come good. Like Lo Celso now is being talked about like he's this amazing player. I just don't get it. I don't know what he's done to show that. Dan Cody said 9 days, 11 hours and 53 minutes till the transfer window shuts. But realistically, you might as well say 7 days, because let's be honest, we won't do business over the weekend. Well, at the moment, it doesn't look like we'll do business during the week either. Just
we don't do business at all.
It's sobering. It's sobering. It's sobering. Let me quickly get to some more super chats. People have been very generous on the super chats today, and I can't buy a subscriber for love nor money, Perchi.
Come on, guys.
No one is subscribing. Come on, guys and girls. Let's help the channel grow. Honestly, I do need it to grow for this to be sustainable. If it's not, then I will have to move back to going to a full-time job, and then these shows don't happen at 10. They don't happen at 12. They don't happen at 8, So come on, be generous. Flynn has said, who is our backup number 10 if not Gio? Sell him still. Couple of things on this. For me, I think Kulu could play there. I truly believe that Kulusevski could play in that role. Maybe Alfie Devine could play in that role. But for me, the key thing is that we can't keep players just because they're backups. Like, if I'm Lo Celso, at what stage in my career do I want to play regularly and not be a backup to James Maddison? We'll come to that in a minute. Just really quickly. Sorry, mate. Roosper has said the lack of churn at this club is farcical. Truly horrendous. Big up, lads, with his lovely picture of Ginola. Roosper, spot on. There is no recycling of footballers at this football club. There really isn't. Big up to you, my man. And Strasbourg Steve has said, actually, Stade Rennes could afford those wages. Their owner, Francois Pinault, is one of the richest men in France. Let me ask you a question, Steve. Can you find me a list how many players are Rennes paying 100 grand a week or more? I'm not saying, okay, if we're saying the owner can afford it, that's like saying Daniel Levy could afford to go and buy Lionel Messi and pay him 500 grand a week. Doesn't mean he's going to do it, right? So listen, I agree with you. He might be able to afford it, but would they do it? Would they really do that for a loan player?
Is he worth it though? That's the thing. You got these businessmen are businessmen for a reason, right? They don't do stupid business. Is paying Ndombele 200 grand a week worth it? No.
Yeah. Absolutely. And by the way, Ben of the mods, anyone you see talking about my wife, please, you know what happened to my family this week. So please, if you could block these people, they're absolutely sick, absolute scum. Yeah. As is that Azaz bloke, absolute scum comes into my chat talking about horrible stuff like how does my wife cope with me and all this kind of stuff. Just absolutely disgusting human beings. Nick has said, big up Nick, big up Barry. Said, don't forget, we also have 2 games in between now and then.
We do.
So you've got the game on Saturday, so nothing will happen Saturday. We're then playing Fulham on Tuesday night. Nothing will happen on that night. And then you've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We all know how this goes.
What will happen is, I've already predicted it. We'll have 2 go out, and then we'll probably get 2 come in, and you'll get 2 on deadline day. I think the Gift Orban one is is the frustrating one. I think for me, because I really want this kid in. I was about a month ago. When we were first linked with him, I went, this kid's good. This kid's good. Get this kid in. Like, we were linked with him way before we sold Harry Kane, way before. And I was sitting there going, but now what? Now we're saying about what I find fascinating, mate, and I'd like to get your take on this, is that we're now complaining about the price tag. Surely we knew that 4 weeks ago when we first inquired about it.
Yeah. And the thing is, look, this is what I mean. The excuses get made like, oh, well, I wouldn't pay this up. Other clubs are doing this. Look how many young players Chelsea are paying for.
Yeah.
Right? For the future. Right? Clubs buy these players because unfortunately, there's got to be youth coming through as well as top players being signed. And so I say unfortunately, there's got to be a blend. And we would have known he would have been 30, 35 million euros. But why did we move to the new stadium if 30 to 35 million euros is too much for a talented striker, one of the best young strikers in football?
Now, I'm gonna flip something with you, and I'm gonna see your thoughts on it. Could there be, and this is just a massive hypothetical. This doesn't mean this could be true. I'm just being a bit facetious right now, and I'm gonna say, what if Ghent have said, we'll happily sell him, but we're not. If you want to buy him right now, you've got to pay 50 million quid. Just hypothetically.
Yeah.
But we will sell him at 30 if you allow him to play for us in the Conference League qualifier to get us into the Conference League. Once we qualified next Thursday, we will sell him to you for 30 million quid. Now, if that was behind the scenes, I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just being very hypothetical. Because that's the sort of thing that happens behind the scenes in these sort of deals. Could that be something that could be happening? Could you see that happening?
No.
You don't?
No. I honestly believe we're so badly run. I truly believe this. What he might do is bring him in on the last day of the window so he looks a hero.
Maybe. That's a sort of... I mean, if we're talking about the PR, what we do, that is, I agree. That's the sort of PR
what
move
Spurs will do. Big up, loads of people in the chat, loads of really good people in the chat talking football. I'll try to get to as many as possible. Gold K is in the chat, says Perchy Savva, hope you guys are well. If Lukaku was a loan option and it's Richarlison or get Lukaku in, would you accept that? I don't think he could have his attitude or ego with Ange. Look, I don't think this is a starter, but what I have said is if I had the choice between Lukaku and Richarlison up top, I don't make any bones in saying this. I would rather Lukaku up top than Richarlison. I think at least Lukaku would bully centre-halves. At least he gives you that powerful threat in the air. I'm not saying I want to go buy him.
I'm on the other side of it. I don't think you can have you can't have a Lukaku in this team. Let's just look at him in the last few months. Every single fan base hates him.
I agree. I'm not saying
you're talking about it from the football perspective. I'm talking about it from the human perspective. I don't think we need a player like that in our dressing room right now. I think we've got enough of them at the moment that we can't get rid of. I think I'd happily go and get in someone that's younger, bit more energy than getting someone like him. And if that's my theory on it, I wouldn't have him in personally.
I'll keep talking for 1 second. Keep talking.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Sorry. Go on.
I'll fill the gap. Yeah, no, I mean, with the likes of Lukaku, like, I just think his attitude is just, it will be, do you know what? If we signed him, it would be very, very similar to when Chelsea got in Aubameyang from Barcelona. Everyone went, all the Arsenal lot, fair play to them, to be fair, at this time, they went, nah, you are going to hate him at your club. And they're going, nah, we've got in Aubameyang, you're big boy. And look how it turned out. I think he will be a very similar signing to an Aubameyang. And by the end, if we signed him, I'm saying by the end of the window, he will not be playing any games. We'll be paying 200 grand a week or whatever it is on a loan deal. And for the last 2 or 3 months, he wouldn't even be playing. There's no way Postecoglou wants him in. And that's my theory. Doesn't fit the mold at all.
No, listen, I agree with it. By the way, I'm not sitting here saying buy Lukaku. Someone's just said to me, if they were both in the squad, who am I starting?
Yeah.
It is Lukaku because I think Richarlison is awful. At least in the past, I've seen Lukaku have seasons where he scores 20, 25 goals. I've never, ever seen Richarlison have a season where he gets more than 13 league goals. It's piss poor. And people still keep thinking he's going to come good. And as I said yesterday, you watch the moment he scores 1 goal, people are going to go, there you go. He's brilliant. Steve said, Stad Ren, top earner is Steve Mandanda on 108 grand a week. Martin Terrier is on roughly 50k a week. I mean, are they going to pay him the same as, are they going to pay 100 grand a week to be the same as Steve Mandanda? Because other people in the chat are telling me that it is Terrier with 51 a week. I'm not that. I don't know Stad Ren. All I'm saying is how many clubs will want to pay 100 grand a week for a lone player?
Exactly.
That hasn't done anything. Loads of comments in the chat. I'm so sorry, people, if I can't get through to all of them. Big up to the free. Come on, right? There's 604 people in the chat and 350 likes. Come on, people, smash that like button. We don't ask a lot. It doesn't cost anything. Big up to Winter Surfer, who has just become a YouTube channel member. Big up to you, Winter Surfer. Look out for the YouTube channel, member channel. The YouTube channel member only show.
Bono's out. We're rolling out Bono for it.
Which will be either Thursday or Friday. I will put that in the chat later. You will now, because you're a member, you will see the channel member only conversations. But big up to Winter Surfer. Welcome to the FHTV family. Loads of comments. I'll try and get through to them, but smash those likes. We should be at 400 easily. And keep subscribing. I honestly, Perchy, today we haven't had a single subscriber for an hour.
Come on, guys. Come on, subscribe to Savva. If you can subscribe to me as well. I'm 34th 2K. And if I get there, if I get to 2K for my stream just after this one, I'll give away a mystery shirt. There you go. I can't make it easy. That's 34 subscribers, and I'll do it. And come on, guys, please. That'll be mean the world. Thank you.
A mystery shirt. Right, where are we? Rob is responding to Angus, who suggested we could get Jesse Lingard in. No, I
Not
don't
for
think
me.
anyone wants Jesse Lingard to come into Tottenham
couldn't get a
Hotspur.
game at Forest last season.
Yeah, absolutely. Costa del Spurs said, I used to live in North Cheam, Sutton United round the corner. I know North Cheam very, very well. Big up to you. Anthony Beckwith has said, what's the bet? They put in a bid for a striker defender on deadline day, then say that there wasn't enough time to get the deal done. Yeah. Tottenham Hotspur 101, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Yep. That's what we'll do. East London Guno said, who remembers used to go on teletext and read about the transfers back in the 90s? Yes. That's how I first heard about Jurgen Klinsmann on teletext. It was at the top. Klinsmann joined Spurs. And I was like, this can't be true. Then put on BBC News, and there was the video footage of Klinsmann on the yacht with Sir Alan Sugar in France. Does anyone remember that? Long time ago.
Too young for that for me.
Yeah, maybe. Well, yeah, I'll say maybe for you, definitely for you, not for me. Great show, fellas. How does the last 3 days of the window look with no extra points as opposed to an extra 6 from 2 wins? Cheers. What do you mean? Sorry. How does the last 3 days of the window look with no extra points as opposed to an extra 6 from 2 wins? So between now and the end of the window, we're not actually playing 2 league games. We've only got 1.
Yeah.
We've got Bournemouth this weekend, and then the Fulham game is a cup game. But I take your point. If we were to lose to Bournemouth, then get knocked out the cup, Perchy, to
Fulham.
To Fulham, then all of a sudden, come Wednesday morning, we're going to have that whole thing again of maybe this has made Levy realise that he needs to sign players, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it would change his mind on what needs to be done.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. I think, it's mad, isn't it? What a week in football can completely change everything, right? Like as you say, we lose to Bournemouth, lose to Fulham, and you go, crap, we're not in as great of a place as we are. If that makes so, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning, Jules. Good morning to Savva and Perchy. Big up to you. Right, by the way, I'm not going to ask any more for a single subscriber. This has been the tightest show I think I've ever done in the morning. So we move on. We move on. Angus McDowell said, Oba was class for us. Then the 350k went straight to his head. Listen, Aubameyang, at least you guys in the end, you got rid of him. You got rid of Ozil. You know, you didn't keep these players just hanging around. Ha, 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 ha. I said, would Spurs fans prefer Jonathan David now or wait to get Ivan Toney in January? Perchy?
Jonathan David's a weird one. Not a bad player. I'm not overly sold in. For me, I was initially one of those who went about Ivan Toney. I was one of those who went, do you know Ivan Toney this? And then I went, do you know what? I looked into it, doesn't really suit our system. And the question you've got to ask is you're going to have to pay big money for him. Brentford aren't going to let him go for nothing. Do you know what I mean? We're going to be spending 80 to 100 million quid if you bought an Ivan Toney. I think that's not unthinkable. Brighton put 120 million pound price tag on Evan Ferguson. Brentford are looking going, Tony's better than Ferguson. So I think we have to be very sensible when it comes to that. So I don't think we're going to sign him. Jonathan David's one of those. I think if Orban goes to Lille, which he's linked with going to Lille as well as Spurs and Fulham, you could go and get Jonathan David. But for me, I'll stand by it. Gift Orban fits everything about this.
Absolutely. By the way, why is it that with Richie Spurs look fluent? Our front line looks anything but fluent, my man. Our front line looks anything but fluent. We look fluent from the back to the middle. The front line does not look fluent. Every time I mention Richarlison, this guy appears like this kind of knight in shining armor for Richarlison.
Change your name to Richie 9.
I brought it up the other day. When you look at his goals for the last decade as a footballer, he's not a goal scorer. I don't know why people are having a go at me about that. He's not a goal scorer.
No.
David has said, always switch on, but when Savva mentions like and subscribers every minute I leave, David, see you later then. You don't need to. This is my business. This is my business. I don't understand how idiots like you are allowed the internet. It's baffling. Let's block him. He's blocked. Listen, Gunner 9, if you're going to come in here and start again, honestly, why is it when for the first hour and 10 minutes, you get loads of good people, and then all of a sudden you get all these idiots that surely realize that everyone else in the chat hates them. Like, they surely realise that they're idiots, don't they?
And also, anyone that uses the term "nose ball," already you've lost my interest. Like, you've already lost your argument by saying anyone that don't know ball. You've lost me interest. I don't get involved in ball talk. It doesn't make any sense. I know football, my friend.
Absolutely. The Chris Master said, Ivan Toney, 100%, get it pre-agreed. I'm going to ask you this question. Is Ivan Toney a player that fits the Ange Postecoglou ethos and philosophy?
Well, no, that's the only way. By the way, I think Ivan Toney is an absolutely incredible football player. But I sit back and go, it's a square peg round hole. Yeah, he's a good player, but are we going to be paying all that money? He's an out-and-out goal scorer. Is he going to be running the channels? I don't know. He's one of those that you want to lump the ball in. What I think would be better. You got better in the air with him. But for me, I don't think he literally fits the system that we need. We need someone that can kind of come in off the defender and run through the channels of the defenders and stuff. And I just don't know. Listen, I think he's a great football player, but I don't know if he fits the system. I don't want us to start buying players just for the sake of the name. Yeah, Ivan Toney, good name, big name of football in England. I want us to start buying the right players. I don't care how much they cost.
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting one when we talk about Ivan Toney. Lots of people say just go and get him, but the way I watch him play, I do agree with that. When I watch him play up front, and then I watch the style of play that we have as a club and that Postecoglou adopted at Celtic, I don't think Toney's that guy. I don't think he is that quick number 9 that can run the channels, get in behind, pull the I think he's more of your Kane, not as good as Kane. I think he's more your Kane. I think he's more your big guy that wants to drop a bit deep and hold the ball up. I don't think he's the right man. Listen, let me caveat all that, Perchy. If Spurs sign Ivan Toney, I'm not complaining. I just don't think he's the right guy. And I think that other clubs will come in and get him before we do. If I'm honest. Danny, big up to you, mate. Said we have a perfect option to get a very good young striker for free with cheaper wages, but people are judgmental without all the facts. Which young striker are we talking about? Sorry, for free. Who are we talking about, Dan? Sorry, I'm not sure.
Are we talking about Dane Scarlett? Is that what we're saying, that we've got one already in the squad? Because I'm not saying. I'll wait for you to say, but if it's that, I think Dane Scarlett's not ready yet. No chance for me.
Please, if you saw this, we're on the cusp of something. Sorry, not this one. Sorry, yeah, I didn't understand. Sorry, Dan. I didn't understand. Mark Cook said, please, Levy, sort this out. We're on the cusp of something decent. Invest your numpty.
I agree.
Can't agree more. Stefan said Toney did a podcast a couple of days ago saying he loves Liverpool and would like to play for them or Arsenal. He never mentioned Spurs. So if he'd rather be elsewhere, and I'd rather not. Look, I think that we get so caught up on who players support, and who they grew up watching and their idols. Let's be brutally honest. You don't think that our entire 11 grew up supporting Spurs, do you? You know, no, I don't think it matters, mate. Honestly, I really don't think it matters.
I think I agree. I think if, for example, if Tottenham were the only team that were coming for him in January, just hypothetically, he will go to Tottenham if the project's right and the fee's right. Let's be honest.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. Can you just remind me 11:30 in a second? Remind me 11:30. Some super chats. People have been very generous today. 3 or 4 more people have just subscribed as well. So thank you. People are finally starting to appreciate a little bit more. Strasbourg Steve has said, nah, you're definitely right. Nobody wants Ndombele. Yeah, and that's what happens when you keep him for 4-5 seasons and just let him rot. Donovan has said, how many goals for Richie to change your mind? Mate, listen, for me, Richarlison needs 15, 16 league goals minimum. And then you know what? Everyone knows what I'm about to say. He needs to do it again next year. It's consistency. For me, he's never scored a lot of goals wherever he's played. And everyone, when people say change my mind, I'll ask the question, what is it that's made other people like him?
Yeah.
Like when I have to change my mind, what is it that he's done that makes people go, oh, no, he's a good player? I don't see it in him. I don't think he's a good hold-up player. I don't think he's got good skill. I don't think he's the quickest. I don't think his passing's good. He's not a provider. He's not a goal scorer. He's a nuisance, is what he is.
Yeah. I think this is a good point though, when it talks about this is the thing with Richarlison. If he doesn't score loads of goals, then I expect him to get loads of assists, right? Like, for example, if Richarlison scores 5 goals this season but gets 15 to 20 assists in the season because Kulusevski and Son are getting a load of goals because he's dropped in a little bit, allowed them to tuck in, you go, do you know what? I understand his role. He's not in the team to score bag loads of goals. His idea is to allow the wingers and the midfielders to dart in and offer something. We haven't seen that yet. I feel like he's very lost in this system. Listen, I think me and you will agree. I want Richarlison to do well because it benefits my football club.
Yeah.
If Richarlison starts scoring or assisting loads, that benefits us. When people sit there and go, oh, like, blah, blah, hate when the second you criticize a player, it becomes hate when it's not. It's just criticism. But for me, I want to see more from him now. Now, as I said to you, this is where I said the next 4 games are so imperative. I wouldn't drop him. The next 4 are imperative. They're against teams he should be getting goals and he should be offering something.
Absolutely.
We're playing against 4 teams that we should... Yeah.
Bournemouth, Fulham, Burnley.
You missed Sheffield United in there.
Sheffield United. All right, yeah. Those 4, right? Those 4 games, this is where Brazil's number 9 needs to turn up and score 2-3 goals in those games. But
I agree.
Look, I think everyone knows me enough by now, right? One game doesn't make me change my mind. When people see one game and then go, oh my God, see, you're in the mud. It's like top players do it week in, week out, man. They don't do it. They don't do it there. He's talking about Greenwood. Danny, are you talking about Greenwood?
No,
hang on. Before we get into that, Danny, were you?
His most recent comment. Yeah, if you scroll to the bottom.
Mate, no, this is a terrible take. This is. I think everyone's seen the video and heard the audio footage. No. Do you
know what? No. This is what I'll always say, Savva. Whatever side you want to say on this whole thing, why do we want to bring that to Tottenham? Listen,
I agree.
What happened was horrendous, blah, blah. But listen, I know people have certain tastes in it. Why would you want to bring that circus to Tottenham whilst what we're doing at Tottenham is really great? Why would you bring that media spectacle to Tottenham? Listen, I don't care if it was Lionel Messi. You don't bring that to Tottenham. We're doing something really great at this football club. Why would you want that circus to come along with it? And you're going to have every single football club going crazy. Listen, that's why Man United got rid of him. The stat side of things that I don't even want to use it, but the PR side of it, you can't have it. I mean, I don't really like talking about it. It's a really tricky subject, but you sort of get what I'm trying to get at. You don't want that, do you?
Yeah, absolutely. Would you rather Richarlison or Tony? Tony all day long. I mean, that's a no-brainer. Darren Bent loves Arsenal. Yeah, he's either Jermaine Defoe was an Arsenal fan growing up.
Matt Doherty.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Jermaine Defoe is one of our best ever goal scorers, isn't he? Over 150 goals for the club or whatever. So JR said Gunnar 9 is an Arsenal fan. He says keep Richie because he knows we'll have no goals from the full position. Quite possibly. He's an Arsenal fan, but he's a bit of an idiot, isn't he? Angus, who scores more goals, Nketiah or Richarlison? Now, I think the difficulty is at the moment, Richarlison, when Jesus gets fit, how many games will Nketiah play? I think I'm going to go out and say Nketiah. I just don't think Richarlison's good at all.
I think it's all. I think you have to. I think the best way to judge it is on like goals per game sort of thing. I think that's the best balance because, as I said, in theory at the moment, if all things stay the same, Richarlison plays every game of the season. Nketiah is not going to because of Jesus. But I think Nketiah is a good goal scorer. Gets goals. Do you know what I mean? I'm not. I don't know. They're both not amazing football players, but I think probably just go on that side on that.
Yeah, and Brian, you're right. Big up Brian Murphy. Yeah, he does. He spends way too much time on the ground as Richarlison. There was one There was one. Thank you to the 2 people that just subscribed. Thank you. A few more people now starting to show some love, and it is appreciated. There was one time where the ball went forward into Richie's feet in the first half, and it is back to goal. He's about 40 yards out, back to goal. The ball went into him. He had 2 players either side, and you're thinking, take a touch, lay it off. Right? His first touch was like a shot, and it ballooned away. Then what he did, he went chasing for the ball, Perchy.
Yeah.
Won it back, and people go, oh, the recovery tackle. No, hang on. That should have been killed stone dead, laid out wide, and as a forward, you then spin your man and get in the box for a shot. But no, he just can't do it. Clint Tremaine has become a new channel member. Big up, Clint. Thank you so much for the support. Much love to you. And as always, look out for the channel member-only shows. There will be one on Thursday or Friday of this week. Probably Friday, but I'm not sure. I'll have a look at my calendar after this. Big up to you and welcome to the Football Heritage TV family. Thank you so much, Clint. Orox Beats has said if Richie clicks and scores 6 goals and 3 assists in the next 2 games before the window ends, I'll be content. We will still need Orban though. 6 goals and 3 assists in 2 games. That's a hell of an ask. I don't know what the scoreline you're hoping for in those 2 games. For Richie to be involved in 9 goals.
Man. I was just going to jump in quickly. Have you seen Romano's just tweeted another youngster? Aston Villa have sold a youngster. Cameron Archer's going to Sheffield United for £19 million. I mean, we can't get rid of our youngsters at all, and they're letting them go for 20 million quid here and there. Mad.
Yeah, absolutely. But big up Orox Beats for that. Big up, always a massive support of the channel. Flynn's come back in and said David is a safer option.
Option?
I got Opshan and Orban kind of in one word.
Amazing.
David is a safer option. Orban, so more potential in my opinion. Listen, I'm at the stage where we've got to do something in that forward area.
Great.
There needs to be some young legs. There needs to be some energy. There needs to be, that spark, Perchy, that makes the fans interested in the forward line again.
But I say this all the time. I say this every time. What is that front 3 missing? Unpredictability.
Yeah.
Brennan Johnson's another one. I wouldn't mind him at the club. I think he's a good player. I just want to be a bit of unpredictability. It's so obvious now. Like that front 3, like it's so obvious what's going to happen. Spice it up a little bit. Change it up. I'm actually really excited for the Fulham game because I would probably hope he starts Manor Solomon. Hopefully, maybe like a Perisic starts. Use the Fulham game as a way. Maybe try something a little bit different, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree with you. Look, the Brennan Johnson one, let's talk about that, people. We've got 15 minutes of the show left to go. Brennan Johnson's a very interesting one. First and foremost, what I don't think, Perchy, when we're talking about Brennan Johnson, I don't see him. Yes is the to your direct you know what I mean. I can't talk this morning. Brennan Johnson, for me, people are talking about him or Orban. For me, I think Brennan Johnson's more of a wide man.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I think he looks more dangerous playing in that Kulusevski role. Yeah. But again, people talking about how much he costs and this and that. The problem is this is British tax. This is what these young British players cost. Gallagher is valued at 45.50. Brennan Johnson at 45.50. Declan Rice was 105 million. Mason Mount was 60 million. It's what these players are going for.
I agree, and I can't remember where it was, and they were talking about Brennan Johnson. Oh, he's not worth 50 million. Could we got Maddison for 40? And I was like, and I was trying to explain to him, like, I was trying to work it, going, they're different contexts. We're talking about a team that got relegated to a team that want to stay in the Championship, and they don't want to lose one of their best players, right? They don't. I mean, so they want to stay in the Premier League. So Forest don't want to get relegated. They lose Brennan Johnson, they'll have to find someone that gets his goals and assists that he gets. So they are going to ask, well, no, we want to send it. It's going to cost us 50 million quid to replace him because we're going to have to go and find players elsewhere to replace him. So when people sit there and go talk about price tags, who cares? I just want players that will make us better, right?
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, I do agree with this. Look, I'm not going to get massively into this conversation, but I don't know why anyone in their right mind would want. Perchie hit the nail on the head. Why, oh why, when we're just bringing in a manager that sorted out the dressing room, that sorted out the feeling around the club, why do we then want to have that media scrutiny on us for bringing in a player where his own club don't want him because of his off-field activities? That's all I'll say on it. Big up to Tigaro, Single Parent Theory, thinks he's a comedian these days, does Tigaro, and said, who will Tony join? What's the odds? Oh, Tigaro. Is this like a book of dad jokes you've got in your back pocket ready to wield out? Big up to you, Tigaro. Always a massive supporter of the channel. And Orox Beats has come back in and said, laugh my off. Guys, that's my point about Richie. That's the only way he convinces me to be our first choice striker. No, listen, Oryx, I get what you were saying. Listen, maybe we'll beat Bournemouth 5-0. Richie with all 5. Maybe we will then go and beat Fulham 1-0 and Richie gets that one as well. But, mate, I agree with you. Watch. Honestly, clip this moment. Watch the next time Richarlison gets a goal. And everyone will go on like he's a 30-goal-a-season striker. Oh, give him time. He'll come. Watch. I'm calling it right now, Perchie. Calling it right now.
It will. It's all about sample size. This is what I think, as a fan base, we need to remember, right? When we sit there and talk about a player is good, no. I want a player to be good consistently. Not for one game. Players can have one good game. I saw so many players. And Ndombele's had one good game. Doesn't mean I want him at the football club, right? This has to, if Richarlison's going to be the number 9, he's got to do it week after week. Can't have one good game and everyone goes, oh, you're in the mud. Well, no, the next 3 games, he's awful. So it's like...
I would love to just explain to the Chris Master, right? When you said you prefer Tony. So if we have a chance to get him, why shouldn't we? Richie ain't it. Right. But the thing is, this is the thing of hypotheticals. If someone asked me a hypothetical of, would you rather this player or that player? I will answer this player. That doesn't mean I think that he fits, and that doesn't mean that I would say he's my number 1 target. It's like saying, who would you prefer, Messi or Sonny? I'd prefer Messi. It's not going to happen. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's not. Come on, let's not be that guy. Come on, people. Come on. Big up to absolutely everyone in the chat. Thank you for all your support. It's been a good, lively show today. We're on 412 likes. We've had 7, 8, 9 new channel members. Big up to each and every one of you. And much love to Perchie for coming on and joining us for the last 25, 30 minutes of the show. Tottenham fan is doing stuff. Said, morning, Savva and Perchie. Morning to you. What stuff are you doing? Or actually, don't answer that question.
Don't answer.
Silly Singularity has said, Mudryk is on track to beat Richie's record of 1 Premier League goal. 1 Premier League goal last year.
Mad,
1. Liam has said, when are me and Lee Gunner going to have the Brighton debate? I'll message Lee today. We will have a debate. Me and Lee were having a conversation the other day. He thinks that Brighton, he thinks that Brighton haven't kicked on. He thinks that they should be spending all this 400 million profit, buying top players and winning trophies. And I've said, well, hang on, they're on a trajectory like that's working. Yeah. Why break that? And then the point that I made was not everyone is trophies for success. A team like Brighton were in the Championship 5 years ago. From where they were to where they are now, look at that trajectory. It's been brilliant.
I think what the answer there is why change what they do? Why go and do something they're not good, not necessarily not good at, but not what they're very good at. They're very good at finding talent for a mold for a manager that come from outside of it. And they make load of money, blah, blah, blah. Why change that, right? They got into Europe this year for the first time ever, right? So they're going that way.
Well, the thing is, and obviously we'll jump off back again away from Brighton in a minute. What we have seen as well, Perch, is just buying top players. 2 things I'm going to say here. The first point is just buying top players doesn't guarantee that they're going to be better than they are now because the formula they've got works for them. Secondly, I'll ask you this question, right? Just give me a really basic answer. Why do Caicedo, McAllister, Basuma, Dan Burn, you know where I'm going with this?
Yep.
Cucurella. Why do they all leave Brighton for bigger clubs?
Because that's the level. It's the level of the food chain, right?
Right. So my
It's the
point
food
is
chain.
this. So if I'm Brighton, I've got all this money for Caicedo, right? What top player at 60, 70 million joins Brighton when they're a top player? They know Brighton are the club you join. And you make your this is the thing. Tottenham struggle to buy top players. And no offense, as well as Brighton have done, we're a much bigger club than Brighton Hove Albion.
Yeah.
So listen, but listen, I have just messaged Lee, and we'll see. We will get that debate. I love Lee though. It's just football.
He's a nice bloke.
Yeah, top guy. El Dante, big up, has said the Defoe thing is like how Bergkamp was, a big fan of Hoddle, but not a Spurs supporter, I believe. Yeah, listen, do you know what? I don't care if the biggest Arsenal fan in the world joins Tottenham. If he scores us goals and plays football well for it, I don't care. I really don't care who you support. Stephen has said, I think Son and Kulu need to swap sides, need crosses into the box for Richie. I tell you where my concern with this is. My concern with this is I don't think either of them have got a good cross. And I think that getting to the byline and whipping in a ball on his left foot, I don't think Richie's got the pace to beat a man to do that. I think Sonny's got the pace. I'm not sure the accuracy of the cross, but we'll see. But Kulu would worry me more about doing that because I think, again, if you're a defender, fullback with half pace, don't even have to be the quickest, then I think you can easily be got at.
Agreed. No, I agree. I think there's a reason why Kulusevski plays on that side because you're right, his pace isn't there, right? And he has to come back in onto his left foot. I understand the sentiment in what Stephen's trying to say is if you do that, it offers a bit different. Who remembers
I agree with the theory.
Who remembers when before wingers would just swap in the game? That never seems to happen anymore, right? Used to have it, you just like, the wingers have just swapped because they want to take on, do you know what? Ease of threat. We're going to put the pacey one against this weakness and we'll put it doesn't really happen nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, Hugo Boss would. I mean, it was saying he lives in a village near Nottingham. I've seen Brennan play a few times. He's a 7 out of 10. Do you know what though? Maybe for what we need as a winger, that's what we need. A consistent 7 out of 10 every game. At the moment, with our wingers, they're either dreadful or they do something. Well, I say something magical. I've not seen it for a while, but maybe that's not the worst thing in the world. Guys, we are going to go for another 5 minutes. 5 more minutes. Please, one last plea while you're in here. Smash that like button. Please subscribe. We're on 10,232. If we can get that to 10,240 in the next 5 minutes, that would be amazing. There's 578 of you in here. Smash the subscribe button. The link is in the chat. I'm putting it in there right now.
Guys, do it.
There we go. The link is in the chat right now. Just 8 of you could go over, smash that subscribe button and leave us on 10,240, which would be amazing. David Ornstein has released a story. I've just had an alert. Let's see if it's anything to do with Tottenham. No, it was the story you announced, Cameron Archer, Sheffield United. Tom said, Brennan Johnson, waste of money, not good enough, and will be sitting on the bench. Does not make us better. Tom seems very assured of that. I would not mind him on our right-hand side. I would not mind him on our right.
I'd love to know this, is when we say a waste of money, not good enough. So you're telling me Brennan Johnson's no better than, say, Kulusevski right now? But by the way, I'm being so underwhelmed with Kulusevski. So underwhelmed. When you say, but this is where we come from. It's like we have to find a name that is bigger than Kulusevski. It's not about names to me. If Johnson has the better attributes to play out on that right-hand side, I'd rather him there. And you just pinned one up there just a moment ago about Awunyi. I'm loving Awunyi at Tottenham.
Yeah,
I think he's an absolute brilliant football player.
Yeah. Claude. Claude, I saw you in the chat of the show I was in the other night, absolutely ripping me to pieces. So I won't be reading out your comment. I saw you, mate. You were absolutely disgusting what you were saying about me in the chat. And this is the thing. I've got eyes. Right. So big up, Claude, but I will not be reading out your comment. Danny Kiriakou in the house saying, big up, lads, enjoying the show. 1. Here we go. We've got a list. We've got a list from Danny here. Right,
I love
go on,
Danny's
Danny.
list.
I love Danny. Danny, I messaged you yesterday and asked about streaming. You ignored me. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my feelings. Message me, Danny Kyriakou, you Greek hunk of love. 1, Richie is useless. Ange knows it and he will leave next summer. I'd bet on it. 2, we won't be signing anyone else. 3, Brennan Johnson is so average. I'm waiting for 4 and all those, but we'll get to
4.
We'll have a bit of a teaser. We'll come back to the rest of his list when he posts it.
I love it.
Palms has said, I can't see Tony going to Spurs. Think he wants Arsenal. El Dante has said, if the only option is to stay with Richarlison up front for the rest of the season, do we play Phillips up front instead? Yes, absolutely. Let me just.
Goals.
We've got 3 minutes. I'm going to see if I can get to a few comments. Please subscribe to Ben Kaufman as well. 17 away from 500. There's 574 of you in here. It just needs 17 kind people to go and click on that link. That's all it is. Phil Marshall has said we need to get Orban in, Richie gone, bring Scarlett in more. Also bring in Schurz from Torino, releasing Ndombele, Dyer, and also Spence. Phil, I don't disagree with a lot of that. But do we see Levy doing that in 10 days? I just don't see it. It's what we should have been doing it. The Christ Master has said, I get what you're saying, and it's not hypothetical nor silly. If we pay Brentford the money, he will join and he fits the system. I don't think he does fit the system. Only my opinion, Chris Master. By the way, if you're saying if we pay Brentford the money, I think other clubs are going to want Tony. I think if Tony is available on the market, which, by the way, he's not allowed to do anything right now until January. I think Chelsea would go in for him. Arsenal would go in for him. I also think Man United might even have a cheeky little stab at Ivan Toney. So I just think, again, we're trying to simplify, just get Tony. Other people will want him. And I don't think... I know, mate, I know you wasn't having a go. I was just answering. Reno has said, people hate on Adebayor, but in his first season with us, he bagged 17 goals. Yeah, I can never see Richarlison doing that. Tony has said, and all elite sports are about winning. Brighton have soon passed Spurs when it comes to winning titles in the last 20 years. Brighton has a plan. Yeah, listen, it's about winning, but not everyone can win. This is the problem. Not everyone can win. There's only X amount of trophies. Big up, guys and girls, come on. 2 minutes to go. Smash that subscribe button, people. Honestly, the number of people that are in here every day that I know haven't subscribed, just smash that button.
Come on, guys.
Absolutely, Mark. Sub to Savva, just in case Savva wants to win another shirt. Absolutely. I do, Foxy. I do remember David Johnson playing a lot for Ipswich back in the day, and it was a really good little finisher. I've just seen if there's anything else before we... Mark has said, I'm a bit... You're not thick. Don't be silly. You're not thick. I will put a link in the chat to if anyone would like to be a channel member. Here you go. Here is the link to the chat.
I do love the ending of that. Mr. Kaufman, please help me. Is that I could imagine Ben just walking around like virtually with you know those people that have that thing with the eye on. Please help me.
Do you see what I mean, Perchy? When I said to you, this is the guy the other day that was
I called him out. Look, I called him out in the chat. Yeah, goodbye.
Right.
Goodbye,
Claude. The problem is I've always answered all your questions. I've always put your comments up on my channel. I saw you in the comments of another channel the other day. As soon as everyone started cussing me, you were in there joining in. And then you come into my show and saying I'm up in my feelings. Dude, listen, I've just got eyes. I'm not stupid. I see what you do. You're a nasty person. So if you want to be nasty, go and watch another channel. But don't come into my channel after you've been nasty about me. Silly boy. Anyway, big up to absolutely everyone. There's been so many good people in the chat today. It's been a real struggle for likes and subscribers. But hey, it is what it is. Sometimes these things happen. Perchy, thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate it, mate.
Anytime, mate. Always welcome. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with this as well. Big up. Anyway, guys and girls, thank you. I have now put a redirect. Perchy is going to be giving you a show starting in 2 minutes. Please get over there and support him. I'll ask one last time before I go. Please smash that subscribe button. It really does help. People have been really, really tight with this today. I'm going to leave it as the last thing in the chat. Big up, everyone. See you later. And as always, Come on, you Spurs.
Yes.